Hello, guys and dolls. How are you? It is 1,000 degrees, so you're not going to see me be glammed out because it is too damn hot for that. Okay. Plus, I'm debating if I'm going on a float trip tomorrow. If I do, I need to chill as much as I can today. Just, serious relax mode. So I wanted to do an autopsy of an introduction. So, met this person yesterday. Let's see. Day before yesterday, I think. Yeah. And he brought up a bunch of taboo topics with the group. Taboo topics that make people go, did you really go there? Did you honestly go there? I handled it gracefully. I was very delicate with my answers. I wasn't going to be aggressive and, anybody who feels that way is stupid and blah, blah, blah. I wasn't going to do that because there really is no need for that. So I thought I handled it well. And truth be told, it can't, even though it's wrong to do and impolite socially, it's kind of a challenge for people because it makes them actually think for a change, actually use their brain without their emotions, which is impossible for certain topics. People are easily dominated by those topics. I don't know why, but they are. So anyway, that could be considered a red flag, but I'll just roll with that. But then there were other things that the individual said that were, I don't know. The person worked in the medical field and only worked in the field for 3 years because he claimed that no one liked him and they didn't give him the respect that he felt he deserved. And I said, he's a nurse. He's a male nurse. And I said, do you think it's because you're a male nurse? And he said, I don't know, and blah, blah, this and blah, blah, that. So you just kind of put that in your mental Rolodex too. And then nursing is in high demand. High demand. But nurses are, while nurses are quitting left and right because it's because it's a business like any other business, and we'll just leave it there. So to not go in any other area related to that, because the door is wide open. If you're RN, the door is wide open for all kinds of things that you could be involved in that do not involve the I don't want to say the P word, but y'all know where I'm going with this. Red tape, okay? We'll just say red tape. So anyway, just gave up on it altogether, which is odd. Really odd, because there's so many other avenues that you could take. The door's wide open when you're registered with the state. But anyway, so that was odd. Every job you've ever gone to, nobody likes you. And if that is the case, it's time for you to look in the mirror. So that's a red flag. I don't give a shit. That's a red flag. Certain jobs that you work, maybe you could say that, the people didn't like you because they're cliquish, or, they don't like newbies, or they really resent having to train new people, because that happens all the time. Let's just keep it real. That happens all the time. But everywhere you go, nobody likes you? Or did you only try one nursing job and decided I'm done? Hold on a second here. Sorry. Real life, people. Real life. So anyway, that was just weird. It was just really weird. Okay. And, one taboo topic after another. It's like, wow, really? You just keep going, right? So yeah, that gets on people's nerves. I'm looking for my chapstick, which I cannot find, so we're going to use this instead. Lips feel dry, and I'm hydrated. As far as I know, I'm hydrated. So anyway, what is going on with you? Really? So, what other things? He reminded me of somebody that I used to know who is a terrible person, and he had a similar story. He had an excuse for why his wife committed suicide, and the reasons he gave were kind of iffy at best. Okay. So, and it makes me wonder. I could see potential complications with this person as a person. So, did she commit suicide because of the reasons that you said, that it was medical and she couldn't take it no more? Or did she do it because of something that you drove her to that point? Because if he drove her to that point, I'm here to tell you, he ain't never going to tell that. He's going to fabricate this massive reason why. I mean, they always have reasons. Or they will deny that that happened, which is what Hippie did. He denied that that even happened. You know, with a lot of bullshit, you know, it just doesn't make any sense. So, that feels better. Anyway, it's still hot today. We're in a heat wave till tomorrow. Okay, so anyway, what else? Trying to think of the topics. At one point he had said, well, because I'm a narcissist, and then he proceeded to say something else after that. He kind of almost says it in jest, like joking, but good people don't call themselves that, not even in a joking way. They normally don't do that. Now, I will clown with my friends, and, you know, I'll say things like, well, look at me, I'm beautiful. So I will horse around and say silly things like that. But so far as just coming out and saying that I'm the N-word, I'm the narc, good people don't put themselves in that category. So it's just really weird. So I'm going to be honest with you. After he said, because I'm a narcissist, I don't even know what he said after that because I was just stuck on those words. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. So then, and I'm, you know, like looking at red flags, like everywhere you turn, there's warnings, you know, those yellow triangles, warning, you know, and you can't ignore those because the next thing you know, you get involved with this person. You make the mistake of marrying them and popping kids out, and then they drive you to suicide. You'll be the next person to go. So either the person will homicide you or drive you out of your mind, literally drive you out of your mind, and you will take your life. So you don't wait until you're in love with them and say, well, I'm in love with them. You don't allow yourself to get to that goddamn point. You don't let yourself get to the point where you're so locked in that there's no way out, because now you're putting yourself in prison. Does that make sense? So the next weird thing was he made it a point to pull me to the side and say, you know, hey, I don't know if you were joking about hanging out sometime, but if you'd like to, you know, you think we could do that? And I'm like, yeah. But he didn't ask for my number right away. And then he asked for it later, or you could put my number in your phone or whatever. And so I said, well, I'm going to call you now and hang up just so that you have my information too. So then I was at Mark Twain Lake yesterday, and I didn't have, my signal was kind of spotty. So sometimes I could respond and sometimes I can't because the signal was just spotty. So he had asked me out, I'd like to take you to a restaurant, you know, in this area and this and that, if you'd like to do that, da da da. Well, I wasn't really in a position to have a long conversation about that or plan something like that or anything like that because I was at the lake and I'm focusing on physical therapy for my kid, which is what his swimming was for, physical therapy. And so I didn't really go into that topic. And normally, a person will say, well, you know, I mentioned yesterday that I'd like to take you out. Do you think that's a possibility? Would you like to do that? He didn't. He did not text me first. I didn't have to. But I casually, not relationship wise, but I casually texted him and said, "Hey, we're going to the river Wednesday if you'd like to come." And he had an excuse because, yes, I do believe he's a narc, and I do believe he drove his wife to suicide. I'm just going to keep it real with you. It's almost identical story to the previous one, and I'm not signing up for chapter 2 with another narc. I'm not going to do that. But um, the more I studied everything, the more I realized that's a bad deal. It's just a totally bad deal. And you're not going to get what you want. There will always be an excuse and a reason, and an excuse and a reason. That's another red flag. Because a person who's supposedly into you would be like, you know what? I've got some stuff going on at my house. I'm having a hot water pump put in. But let's see. You want me to go with you Wednesday? Go with you guys on Wednesday? I could set it up for Tuesday, or he could have set it up for today. He could have set it up for Thursday. But he's going to use that as a lame excuse. So far as I know, he's retired because he plays all the time. Well, you don't play all the time unless you have free time to do it. So I think he's retired. So you've got nothing but time to schedule this. So if I don't get what I want, even though it's minuscule, all you got to do is get your stupid ass over to the person and carpool. Everybody rides in the same vehicle. If there's not enough room, you ride in this other person's vehicle. You can't even do that. You said you have kayaks. You can't load up your kayak and go. You can't work it out any kind of way. If I don't get what I want, fuck you. I'm just going to keep it real. You can't do nothing that I want. Everything I ask for, anything I ask for is not going to happen, because you will have a long Missouri River list, which is over 2,000 miles long. That's how long the excuse list will be. Fuck you. Okay? If I tell you I'm craving a strawberry shake, I want it so bad I'm practically drooling. If you're supposed to be so into me, or you're so intrigued by me, or you're so interested, your ass would make that happen. You are. Okay. Well, shoot. My people aren't going to install this pump until 3 o'clock. It's 12 o'clock. How about I grab it for you now? And I'm just using that as an excuse. Not excuse. I'm just using that as an example. People who are narcissistic are not going to give you what you want. I don't care how easy it is. I don't care how convenient it is for them. Nothing is convenient for them unless there's something in it for them. So unless they're craving a strawberry shake too, you're not going to get yours. And they'll probably go get theirs and never tell you that they went. They're horrible people. In case y'all haven't figured that out, they're horrible. So you couldn't make that happen. So, that's a red flag too, so far as I'm concerned. And you don't really talk to me in text, even though you said you wanted to exchange numbers. But then I was the one who had to, ask you, did you want to come with us to the river? And there's a method to my madness. I want to watch how you are with other people, because the things I'm seeing now are not good. And I'm not looking for no relationship anyway. I wanted to go hang with him and, what are you doing right now? Nothing. You want to grab lunch? Sure, why not? Or something like that. I don't need to be in a relationship, because I have been put through the ringer with the manipulation from last year. Last August, to be exact. I was put through mentally, psychologically put through a meat grinder. So no, I'm not breaking my neck to be with somebody else. But if you want to go kayaking, which is my passion, yeah, sure, why not? Don't expect a relationship out of the deal. Unless God said, "Oh, you think you're not going to fall for this person? They're not going to fall for you. Watch what I do." It would have to be God making miracles happen because, so far as I'm concerned, no, 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 no. So it's almost a duplicate situation of hippie, and I want that like I need a bullet in the brain. I just don't want to sign up for an identical person. And if you don't watch your patterns with people, you will get the same type of people every single freaking time. And the faces will change, but the behavior is the same. So you have to watch yourself. You cannot keep getting involved with people just because they supposedly have interest in you. And when they put no effort in the beginning, on any level, well, shit, that's another red flag. How many red flags do you need? And like Lee Hammock said, don't be a collector of red flags. Don't be a collector of red flags. And my God, there's so many red flags around him. It looks like I don't know, there's one for every state in the U.S. Flags, 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 flags. Okay? So no. So what I did today was I took him out of my phone, and like I told another friend of mine, I said there's an app on my phone that if my phone does not know who you are and you're not in my contacts, it throws you in the trash, or it lets you leave a voicemail. I think it lets you leave a voicemail. So, and if it's important, the person will leave a voicemail, like a doctor's office, dentist office, whoever. They're not going to just hang up the phone. If it's something important, they're going to talk to you. We're calling to confirm your appointment or whatever it is that, they need to do. They have the option to do that. I do believe it lets you leave a message. But he's no longer in my phone, in my contacts. I got rid of him. I'm not going to play games with you now, today, tomorrow, next week, next month, because you're already weird as hell, and and there's red flags surrounding you, and you're not even making an effort. Your effort is so lame. It's like a dead chicken just hanging there. I'm not playing with you. Or like a puppet. Puppet, you put your hand in a puppet, it's like this. If you put your hand down, it just flops. Well, that's his effort. It's a flop. I'm not playing with you. I'm not playing with you. So y'all have got to cut your feelings. Don't let yourself catch feelings for this person. Don't let yourself be intrigued by them because they don't care about you. I don't care what they said. Let's exchange numbers and go out sometime. That's just talk. That's just talk. And if somebody was truly into you, and I mean really into you, especially if they ain't got no damn job, they're retired, and you ask, can we do this? And it's an easy thing for them to do, and they refuse. I mean, come on. Stop getting in a situation where you're like, well, I love this person. Don't allow your emotions to grow. Don't even allow them to begin to start growing. You know how you plant a seed and you have to water it, and eventually it kind of starts to open up, and the plant starts to grow and little green sprouts pop out. Don't let the sprouts pop out. Don't even allow that to happen. Don't even let the seed open up to let the sprouts come out. Don't even allow the seed to open, because you're already seeing signs and symptoms right in front of your face. My God, it couldn't be more clear that this is a dead end. You are going into the danger zone. Follow your instincts, follow your gut. My gut is telling me, hell no. And I'm listening to that. Okay? Y'all need to do the same. Do it in the beginning so you get rid of them in the beginning. You will save yourself a lot of headaches and a lot of grief. Trust me. All right? You guys take care.